Hello survivors and welcome to another video. Now it's been a really long time since we have played Soulstone Survivors, and because I'm rusty at the game now and I'm not used to all the dodging and all the effects, and monsters wanted to murder me for less than a gold coin, well, we kind of need to play on a cheesy character, and to do that we are using the Paladin. We are going to be getting back into it, and because the update's coming soon, guys, soon, TM. So hopefully it will be this week. I'd have no idea, so can't count on what I'm saying, but hopefully it's this week. I'm hoping it's this week, but if not, it's not the end of the world. But here we are going to be refining our skills once again. And to do that, we're going to be playing on the Paladin. We got Executioner, Multicast Mastery, Critical Mastery, Dash Mastery, and Weapon Expert. We are starting on his first weapon, the Sacred Warhammer, because that gives us Holy Fire. And we'll play on the Scorching Valley, being a very difficult level, as well as the Whispering Grove, but why not grow over here? As you can see, our best time's actually 5:17. That's not too bad, but I know the world record is actually under 4 minutes now. But if you are struggling with the game, then I would recommend playing on the Paladin, just like this. If you do struggle to deal with the enemies, or if you are struggling just in general with the game, Paladin is one of the safest picks. Not much skill level to him. You just got to kind of focus on a lot of the cast frequency for your Holy Fire, and you got to just kind of complement it with other skills. So you can grab yourself some Might, Arcane Power, crit boosts are really good because we do go for the crit damage mastery or critical mastery, which means that all your dazed and all that also applies to crit or increases your crits and things like that as well. So oh, excuse me. But otherwise, we are looking at just trying to kill as much as we can, as quick as we can, because otherwise we are going to be overwhelmed, and no one wants to be overwhelmed when they're playing this game, because that's just how you die. But as you can see, we are going to head towards our little pylon over here, just so we can deal with these extra AoEs that it causes us, and we can then deal with that in a timely manner as well. But as you can see, we do have 4 level ups, so let's go and grab some. We can grab that over there. Exorcism is fantastic over here. Lethality as well as Banishing Leviathans, very good over here. And then the cast frequency is going to be extremely helpful as well. So grabbing some life regen from Exorcism. Again, one of the reasons why Paladin is loved by a lot of players is because of its healing capacity compared to all the other classes. Having yourself access to Smart as well as Exorcism without having to worry about using some holy skill masteries and things like that, really does make it a lot easier and a lot more friendly. The friendly playability of this class is just wonderful compared to some of the others. But anyway, let's go re-roll that. We don't even have Generalist, so we're not going to grab ourselves Chromatic Bolt. We can grab Thunder Strike because the dazed increases our damage we're going to deal with Holy Fire. So grab that, grab Lethality again. Increased area of effect is really good for everything, so we will grab the rare power up over there. We can grab Magic Missile as well for the brittle, and then again more crit and a cast frequency as well as a nice light beam. We will go light beam and then replace Magic Missile with Arcane Beam once we have the option to again, but otherwise that's pretty much it. We won't need, hopefully we won't need to keep our blinding Blades of Light for very long, because hopefully we'll have enough dazed in the build to kind of keep up with the amount of damage that we need from Holy Fire without it. but we do need to kind of get rid of this Death Knight over here. There we go, fantastic. And now we can get some healing back into place from our exorcism, because he was the one dealing most of the trouble in our lives. And having all the brittle is actually really fantastic here as well. And now we've got ourselves another Void Hunter already anyway, so ugh. Okay, cast frequency over there, that's fine. Reroll this, we can grab some crit damage. Crit damage over there is good. Movement speed over here is probably the best thing, although multicast is very nice. We do need some movement speed, otherwise we will be in a bit of trouble. We can grab the damage over there, there's a nice rare movement speed. Cast frequency is the best thing here possible. And we're going to replace Thunderstrike with Lightning Bolt. I do like Lightning Bolt more. It also does have a lower cooldown, so that's going to be much better over there for us. So just a personal thing, you can use whatever you want, but the Dazed is really necessary in this build, and it does mean we can probably get rid of the Blades of Light as well later on, because we've got a reliable source of Dazed from our Lightning Bolt now as well. I wouldn't say it's too reliable, but it is a lot better than, you know, the short-ranged Blade of Light. So much better over there. But again, you know, we are trying to get back into this. We haven't played in forever, and I decided to play on hard mode, you know, not playing on zero curse or anything like that. We're starting off on the big boy, and we're also playing it on one of the hardest stages as well. So, you know, why not just make life harder for ourselves and do this like this. So some multicast for burst, that's fantastic. I probably could have locked some stuff over there, but it's fine, it's not the end of the world. Go like that, go some fragility. We can actually grab the arcane power here instead of magic missile. Oh no, we'll do it instead of blades of light. And we're gonna grab the movement speed over there as well. So now we just need to try and survive this onslaught without turning down the graphics. Obviously it's a lot easier said than done. And woo, we nearly died there because we got caught on a tree. Trees are dangerous, guys. There's just something about this game which makes it like super exhilarating. You think you're gonna die or something can happen at any time, and it makes it really exciting to play. So there's really a definite excitement in this game that other games struggle to bring. It's the just action packed and being able to be so fluid in the gameplay. So like being able to move so much and dodge and, you know, not necessarily dodge straight into something and die immediately like you might in other games. So not having just 3 or 4 life, and then, you know, if you get hit once or twice you die, definitely does make it a lot better or easier to play than some games. I wouldn't say easier to play, it's different. It makes it enjoyable where you're able to do this without worrying too much about dying to certain things or just things like that. So multicast here for the holy, multicast here for the lightning bolt. We can go damage there. Damage increase for beams or missiles. That's really cool. Actually, I didn't think about that. So good thing we went for lightning bolt over there. Again, some multicast for the holy. That's going to come in handy very much later. Cast frequency for the light beam, and then just cast frequency for everything, because that's going to be more helpful. And then again, now we unfortunately do have an Alexi, a very irritating boss to fight because he puts down so many AoEs. Actually, we're against the Ice Incarnation, 2 of them, as well as Fire and Alexi, so really the worst pairing of bosses possible in the history of the game, just because they all deal so much AoE damage and they've all got so many effects that stay on the floor, and it's just irritating to fight all of them at the same time, especially when you have 2 of the Ice Incarnations. We do need to try and stay close as possible to them because, again, we are trying to affect them with as much dazed as possible. But as you can see, as soon as you get a bit close, we've got a flamethrower on our head, we've got a Lexi doing this, the Arse Incarnation doing that. We kind of just got to do what we can. Luckily, we do have Exorcism in this build. So again, when you are, you know, out of practice or you haven't played in a while, probably one of the best things is to play on the Paladin because it just feels like it's one of the easiest characters to do it on. When you're back in practice, then the best person to probably play on is the Chaos Knight right now. But with the new update around the corner, we will be seeing some, you know, changes hopefully in the meta, or, you know, obviously because there's going to be new weapons and things like that. We are hopefully going to see some really, really cool skills out there, but it's going to be exciting to see what the game brings, what the developers are going to be bringing out with it, and we are excited to see what's coming to the game. Let me know down in the comments section if there's anything you guys can't wait to see in the new, or, you know, if you've got any speculations on what might be brought into the game that isn't already in it. Let me know down in the comments section if you think maybe there's a skill that's going to be coming, or that should come, that isn't in here yet, and you think it does need to be introduced into the game. Let me know what you think it might be or what it should be. There is always those, well, there hasn't actually been a community event in a while. Usually there's an event like every so often, but recently there's been quite a bit of radio silence on the community events in terms of skill picking and things like that. I think they are just, you know, they're like, okay, we've had too many since the last update, we need to just hold off on here because there's too many options now, too many winners that haven't been put into the game just yet. So, you know, they need to slow down with that. I don't know. Just my thoughts on the matter. But with regards to the question I was asking in terms of what you would be exciting to see, there was a Twitter post by GameSmith in terms of, you know, a little bit of a sneak peek. They showed 4 of the characters. I think the one was Houndmaster. They put the Barbarian there with like these 2 skull type axes, which looked really, really dope, I might add. And then there was also who else was it? The Pyromancer, who had a Chaos Staff, it looked like. Although it actually looked like it might have been Arcane. So it looks like the Pyromancer's getting an Arcane Staff. It looked like the Barbarian was, I don't know what that was. Maybe Chaos. Barbarian's getting Chaos Hammers. And the Houndmaster looked like he was getting a Flame weapon or something to that effect. So those are my thoughts on what that was, but I have no idea what the skills based on all of them will be or anything like that. I actually can't even think about that right now. I have no imagination on those right now, unfortunately. But more cast frequency for us over there, merciless upgrades, more damage on the Holy Fire, cast frequency, and some life. Again, this is just to show you that even if you are out of practice, by playing on the right character, you know, and just grabbing yourself nice little upgrades that benefit the skills that you're using, like cast frequency and multicast for our Holy Fire, you can still beat Curse VII relatively easy, as long as you are able to dodge all the enemy AoEs, which are pretty insane on this level. So Scorching Valley really did turn into a bit of a mess when they did the upgrade. It looks really good and I love the new enemies, but it just became a lot harder than what it used to be. So it seems that every time they do the visual updates and update enemies and things like that, it does make the map a lot harder than what it was before. So the same happened with the Whispering Grove. All those new enemies, some are a lot faster than what they were before. They deal more damage. They're just a lot scarier than what they were before. So that's why usually when you saw my videos, a lot of them were done in the caves of Del Zog, because the enemies were the old enemies, and they were just a lot easier to kill compared to some of the enemies on these newer maps. Well, not newer maps, redesigned maps. Alright, one more boss dead. That's fantastic. We can try and focus on murdering other things. Getting ourselves more cast frequency will be good for our beams. Would be very good for our holy fire as well. Again, being able to cast more holy fires as well as lightning orbs is going to be, or lightning bolts, sorry, does make us deal a lot more damage, because the more daze stacks the enemies have, the more disorientated stacks holy fire is going to turn them into, and that just means more damage overall because of the way that crit works. Okay, multicast for physical, that's fantastic over there. Grab the damage, cast frequency, what's it on, a 2-second cooldown now? That's really high still, but you know, again, we're just trying to just do Curse VII without having to get into Overlord. We probably could go quite high into Overlord with this, at least a 7 or 8 because of Exorcism, but we're not really too worried about that. As you can see, we have beaten this stage with relative ease. The beginning was a bit of pain, especially with the second bosses all being the Incarnations and Alexi. It does make it quite difficult in terms of moving, but otherwise, as you can see, the damage did catch up with us and we just deal a lot of it, and that has made it a lot easier. Not the best of times, not my proudest of times, unfortunately, but very, very much a nice, easy run in terms of, okay, I was able to do this, even though I haven't played the game in like a month or so. You know, I mean, you haven't seen me do any videos on this in a very long time, so I thought, you know, the update's coming, let's review the game and at least get some practice back in and do it in, you know, at least opening up all the portals. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, if you are struggling, or, you know, if you are coming back from a bit of a break like myself from the game, then at least you can do this with the Paladin just like I did. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this in the future, and always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.